Good morning, this is Coach Brenay. I'm Program Manager for the Bay City facility. This is Silas, he is my assistant coach for the day, and this is our Children's Martial Arts video lesson number 22. So let's go into our feet together set position, guys, and bow. Excellent. So let's begin with our student creed. So Silas, repeat after me, say, I will.
I will.
Develop myself.
Develop myself.
In a positive manner.
In a positive manner.
And avoid anything.
And avoid anything.
That would reduce.
That would reduce.
My mental growth.
My mental growth.
Or my physical health.
Or my physical health.
I will.
I will.
Develop.
Develop.
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
In order to.
In order to.
Bring out the best.
Bring out the best.
In myself.
In myself.
And others.
And others.
I will.
I will.
Use.
Use.
Common sense.
Common sense.
Before self-defense.
Before self-defense.
And never.
And never.
Be abusive.
Be abusive.
Or offensive.
Or offensive.
This is a black belt school.
This is a black belt school.
We are dedicated.
We are dedicated.
We are motivated.
We are motivated.
We are on a quest to be our best.
We're on a quest to be our best.
Winners never quit.
Winners never quit.
Quitters never win.
Quitters never win.
I choose to win.
And I choose to win.
Very good job. That's bow. Excellent job. Now, martial artists, if you notice, we bowed. We showed respect. Every single time you get down to do your martial arts, every time you do one of these videos, show respect before you do so. Even if you're bowing to a TV or a tablet, bow. Pretend you're in the school every single time you are doing your martial arts to remind yourself why you do this. We aren't doing this to be offensive or to be the toughest guy in school. No, it's to build ourselves up, to move forward. So today, I want to go over pushing forward, taking our energy and using it in a productive way. So when we do our martial arts, thinking about that, if I'm throwing a punch at somebody, pretending Silas here, say he's a bully, he's a bad guy, he's trying to hurt me. If he's trying to come at me and I throw punches at him, he's most likely going to move back, especially if he doesn't know martial arts and I hit him, he's going to move backwards. If I hit him hard enough, he's for sure going to go backwards. But the idea is, if I'm throwing punches, do I want to just stand in one spot? No. I have to move my energy forward. So I need to take steps forward. So when we're doing our shadow boxing, like we've been doing recently, we've been working on our footwork and moving and pivoting and doing all these different things. But before we throw our combination, we need to move forward. We can even step and slide with our punches, but that means our energy is going in the correct direction, and that's forward, especially if we're throwing a punch in front of us. So what we're going to do, facing the screen, we're going to get into our stance, hands by our cheeks in our guard stance. We're going to move forward. So when I say forward, we're going to take a step with our lead leg, step with our rear leg. So just like this, step, step. And if we go backwards, or if I say backwards, we're going to go backwards, stepping with our rear leg, followed by our lead leg. So forward, step, step, backwards, step, step. And if we go left or right, the lead or the leg on that side goes first. So let's say we're going to the left. It's going to be left followed by right. And if we go right, is right followed by left. If that makes any sense, the idea is the lead leg steps first. So step, 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 step. So Silas, step forward.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you guys which way to go. You step in that direction, and then afterwards, throw a combination of your choice. But the idea is, you cannot throw the same punch at the end. So let's say Silas throws his combination, jab, cross, hook. Go. Boom, boom, boom. He cannot start off with a hook. He cannot end with a hook. So now he has to do a different combination. So let's say I say backwards, boom. He has to do something other than that. It can't start or end with a hook. So now it ended with a cross. Now it can't start or end with a cross. So keeping that in your mind, you have to think fast and you have to move fast. So let's try this out. Step forward. Step, step, hook, cross, hook. Now backwards. Step, step, jab, cross. So give me 2 push-ups, Mr. Silas. This is a tough one. You got to think fast. So let's try this again. Forward. Now let's go left. Let's go right.
Let's do hook, cross, hook.
And backwards. Feet together, side.
Sir.
So, thinking before we strike, that's the idea. Yes, we are moving quick. We are moving fast when we do our slide and our movements after we punch, but we still have to think. We still have to be in control, even when we are moving fast. So, when we think of different combinations, we are using our brain, and that brain is sending signals to our body. So, thinking about that, using our brain when we do our punches is key, because when we're practicing at home, we might not have a wide open gym, and we don't want to nick our hands on a corner of a wall or on furniture or anything along those lines. So we want to be safe. So next up, we're going to do some inchworms. Inchworms are a great way to warm up, to get our bodies ready to exercise. So remember, this is just a warm-up. This is not the actual workout. So let's start. We're going to bring our hands to the ceiling. We're going to walk our hands out. We're going to do a push-up at the end, and then I'm going to walk my feet all the way to my hands, stretching back to the ceiling. Now from here, what I can do is I can bring my hands back to my feet, and I can walk my feet straight back, pushing up, and I'm going to walk my hands straight back to my feet. So we can stay generally in the same spot. We can stay in the same square and do one after another. But the idea is, we want to get our arms, we want to stretch our entire trunk of our body when we do this, because when we're moving, we don't want to pull a muscle, we don't want to hurt ourselves. So, once again, we're going to do 2 more of these inchworms. So, hands up, walk our hands out, walk our feet to our hands, touch the ceiling, touch the floor, walking our feet back, pushing them up, walking our hands back, and then back into our guard stance. Good. Now from here, we're going to get our bodies warmed up. We are going to do our frog jumps. Now, Saz, if you don't mind, I'll do these. So when we do our frog jumps, we're going to get down into a frog stance. This is a great way to get our legs primed up to do kicks, to do chambers, to do any type of martial arts. So when we do our frog jumps, we want to jump as high as we possibly can, and if you'd like, try to touch the ceiling. So let's do 5 of these together. So ready? Everyone get down and jump. 1, down, jump. 2, down, jump. 3, down, jump. 4, down, last one, jump. 5, guard stance. Time. Now step up.
Sir.
So, the idea we've been working on with our elbows. Elbows are very effective. They can be used in a self-defense situation if someone's trying to hurt us, trying to move us, trying to harm us. So, when we use our elbows, they are very devastating. So, having a helper today is great to demonstrate that. Now, working on our 6 elbow and our 7 elbow. So when we do our 6 elbow, we can add it with what we were just working on, moving that energy forward. So we can step, 6 elbow. Again, back it up. We take our steps, lead leg, rear leg. I bring that 6 elbow back, straight back up, across my head there. This can also be used as a guard, so I can hit someone, boom, and still have a protector on the side. So last week we talked about using our imagination, pretending we have a whole room full of enemies. This is a fun one we can add to it. But if we have a partner to work with us holding a pad or a pillow or a cushion, make sure they're holding on tight. We don't want to hurt them or ourselves. So Silas is going to take a step, boom, boom. I'm going to hold the pad. He's going to come up, hit me with the 6 elbow, boom. And then he's going to back it up. Good. So again, step, elbow, boom, and back it up. Let's try this 3 times. Ready? Go. Boom. 1. Back it up. Go. 2. Back it up. Go. 3. And back it up. Good. Now, we can follow this up. So kind of like a combination with our elbows. We can step, step, 6 elbow, finish with a 7 elbow. So we can take that forward momentum, that forward energy, and add it with our elbows. So adding this in, he's going to come across. Step, step, boom, boom. Elbow 1, boom. Elbow 2, boom. Good, back it up. Again, step, step. Elbow 1, boom. Elbow 2, boom. I should be saying elbow 6, elbow 7. Ready, step, step. 6, boom, 7, boom. Good, let's do 2 more. Ready, go. Boom, boom. Last one is our best one. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Boom, boom, and time. Now, elbows are very, very devastating. They can create space for us. That space then we can use to add in kicks, to create more space. We can use that side kick to knock someone back, to stagger them, to stun them, to get away. That is the key. If we are using elbows, it's life or death. So remember this, guys. We're talking about Krav Maga here. If someone is trying to hurt us, we're not trying to stick around for 5 rounds. We're trying to get away, to get mom or dad, to get an adult that we trust that can help us. But we're screaming, we're yelling, we're getting out of there. So, from a self-defense standpoint, Silas, get into your guard stance. He can do these elbows. So if I'm coming up on him, he knows I'm a threat. He's given me the warning. So let's say I get into his bubble. He tells me to back up. Yeah. No, he at me. I don't think I would be approaching some kid who's just key-eyed me in the face like that, but I keep approaching. But let's say he told me, hey, I know martial arts. You're making me uncomfortable. 30-year-old sir, please back up, right? Right? I shouldn't be, approaching someone like that. So if I'm threatening you, you come at me. He's not just throwing an elbow at some random guy, feeding the geese out at the park. So the idea is, I was threatening to him. I approach him. He warned me. And from here, he's kind of being the aggressor. But I'm putting my hands on him. I try to touch him. That's almost to the point where I can grab him and take him away. And then we're talking other things. So this is a more aggressive standpoint. You've warned this person. We move forward. He's going to step. He can 6. That can stun me, knock me back. But let's say I come forward. Now I try to tackle him. He can now throw the 7. So from a self-defense standpoint, someone much larger than us is coming at us. An adult is trying to hurt us. We've warned them. They give us that feeling like, hey, back it up. They don't. That's when you open up with the 6 followed by the 7. But we're talking not on the playground, not with our brothers or sisters, guys. So moving forward from this though, we're going to work on our lead leg round kick. So this is a very powerful attack we can use to target an enemy's legs. We can even use to hit their body. But a lot of times we're hitting the side of the legs, going for the knees to really stagger somebody. You could really injure somebody doing this. So make sure if we're using this skill with a partner, make sure we're using pads, not actually striking our partner. So let's get into our stance. Here. Now from here, when I'm using a round kick, like I mentioned, I'm going to attack the inside of his leg. I'm going to take an angle. I'm going to strike on the side, and see how he's turning his leg with it? He don't like that at all. Nobody likes that. There's a bunch of little tendons and muscles that connect your knee here. So if you strike it just right and turn your body with it, you can do a lot of damage. And if someone has their leg sticking out there, you can really take an upper hand here. Let's say I know martial arts, of course I do. He doesn't, right? He's just Joe Schmo, so stand like a regular kid, right? I know martial arts, I get into my stance, boom. Joe Schmo is gonna copy me, 100% of the time, right? This kid's gonna be like, oh, he knows karate, me too, right? I've seen a movie, right? He puts that leg out front. He doesn't know what to do with that leg. I blast it. Game over, he's gonna quit. So, a lot of times we can, really eliminate a problem very quickly if it comes to that. So the idea is we can lift our leg up, turn our leg over, and strike wherever we need to strike. So we're using our eyes to look at the target. Our knee comes up into that chamber, we strike through. And when I use a target like knee strike, I'm turning my hip over. I'm almost making a scythe motion with my leg. So I turn my hip over and strike through. I'm using that shoelace area of my foot. I'm not using my toes or the top of my foot. So once again, we can even add in that slide and kick. So we can step, step, boom, boom, kick, and then go into combinations even. So lead leg round kicks are very useful in attacking the legs, the body, even the head if you have a ton of balance and a ton of momentum and speed. So I don't recommend in a self-defense stand or situation to use head kicks or anything along those lines. Use what works. Use what you are the most comfortable with. And in reality, like I had mentioned, we're not sticking around for 5 rounds. So from here, guys, let's cool down. Let's get ready for the rest of our day. So Silas, let's take over here.
Okay. Let's put our arm across our chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's put our arm behind our head and just give that a slight pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Go ahead, do the butterfly and pyramids too.
Butterfly. Alright. So get down into a butterfly position. Pull this as close as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now try to pull it a little bit closer and try to smell your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go to a hurdler position. So try to reach for those toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So guys, great work today. Remember what we talked about. We're in charge of our actions, so be helpful, be responsible, think before you act. So if I don't hear from you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you.